Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and I'm back with another board game. Another board game demo, if you will. This might be the last one that I do for now, or maybe the second to last, we'll see. But I've pretty much done every one that I'm interested in. We'll see. But this is Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. And first up, I really like the theme and setting of this one. This one is basically Arthurian legend mixed with, like, Demon Souls or Bloodborne, you know? This is like dark fantasy, dark Arthurian fantasy. So, yeah, mixed with like really like some weirdness. I mean, look at this mini here. You know, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It looks really cool. This game is apparently similar to Seventh Continent in a way. This looks to be like the map area, I'm guessing. But from what I read, it's much more like guided than Seventh Continent was. This has 151 pages in it. The Exploration Journal. Yeah, I think this one has, like, a book here. With, like, pages upon pages of, like, possible encounters at different locations and things like that. So it's a bit closer to, like, Tales of Arabian Nights, but it's much more guided than that, of, like, carrying out a story from beginning to end. Whereas Seventh Continent, you're sort of just, like, wandering around, hoping you're figuring out how you solve your curse. It sort of just leaves a lot of that to you to interpret, whereas this, I don't think it's open to interpretation. But I don't know. Unlike a bunch of the other games that I've done, I have not learned how to play this. I was planning to, but then I saw this thing, Start Here, the Open and Play Guide. This will teach us all the basic game rules in like a guided tutorial that takes about an hour. So I figured, all right, let's just do this on camera and just go. Why not? So most of this is already done for us. Miniatures and things like that. We have 4 characters. Beor, the local smith known for a short temper. Short temperature. Aile, an outcast whose entire family perished in the weirdness. Maggot, a renegade of the Druidic Order. And Arev, a simple farmer with not so simple past. Okay. They still call this place a farmhold, even though barren fields provide little food and crumbling walls offer no protection. The last relic of the glory days of Connacht is its menhir, always adorned with red ribbons, lit by candles, and with a daily offering at its gnarled feet. As long as the menhir repels the weirdness, the townsfolk are ready to endure anything. But last night the weirdness came closer than ever before. A man was lost, following the call of his future self. A house on the outskirts of town has turned inside out, its furniture grown into a bloated outer shell like barnacles on the side of a boat. For many hours the air tasted of metal and sour milk. Okay, for you, the night was even worse. The festering wound in your side throbbed as if something tried to tear itself free and join the rolling clouds of weird outside of town. Okay. Cool. Okay, so there's a hooded statue, the menhir. Its origin and purpose will be revealed during your adventure, but for now you should know that you can only explore parts of the island in the range of an active menhir. Each menhir has a space to hold a dial. They count down to the moment the men here fades away. They can be tossed like coins and are used by many special rules. In the open and play tutorial, you play as Bayor. High health, combat prowess. Okay. Then we have red universal markers. Okay. Take the blue character tray. Triple track used for managing your energy, which is your basic stamina consumed by travel, combat, and exploration, regenerated each day as long as you eat food and rest. Health, your physical condition. Energy can never be higher than your health. Whenever your health reaches the red zone, you're on the brink of death, and attach the You're Dying card to your character tray. And terror is your creeping madness. Once it reaches the top, you start to go insane. And sometimes you'll take the You're Going Insane card. Okay. Bayor starts with 2 aggression, 1 courage, 1 practicality, and 1 caution. So we're playing as Bayor. Let me change my color here. Yeah, alright, so this is already set up properly for us. 2 aggression, 1 courage, 1 practicality. And 1 caution. Oh yeah, 1 caution. He starts with 3 food and 1 wealth. Okay. That's definitely indicated here. 3 food, 1 wealth. Alright. Then find the T-shaped health marker in the box. Place this marker in the starting health track slot, highlighted by 2 red chevrons. Slot 9 for Bayor. Okay. Is that 9? Okay. Find the energy and terror tracks in the character tray. Starting slots highlighted by 2 red chevrons. Bayor starts with 6 energy, 0 terror. Yeah, okay. Your box contains a specially marked 35 card deck. Includes all standard size cards you'll need in this tutorial. Okay. Now, oh, there it is, right here. Don't shuffle. Do not shuffle! Alright. Remove the top card from your open and play deck. Okay, saved encounters. Below it, you can see your combat deck. Take all 15 cards with the combat back. Set them to the left of your character tray. Do not shuffle them. Okay. So let's cut this deck. Yes. Wait a minute. That's not right. I feel like this sort of has been shuffled. Here, combat. You can't search. No, I can't search by the... I know you can just do this to draw, but sometimes that fucks up and just sort of shuffles the cards that you pick up. Okay, those are all combat. Then that's a combat, that, okay. Okay, so... Hold on, I don't want to mess them up. I don't want to shuffle anything here. So, alright, there's my 15 combat cards. Set them to the left of your character tray. Do not shuffle them. Alright. Below the there's your diplomacy deck. Okay, diplomacy, done. Alright. Oh, to the right. We want to be accurate here. We got to learn correctly. Set up your encounter decks. The last remaining 4 encounters, each of a different color. Place them to the side face down. In a standard Tainted Grail game, you'll be asked to set up 4 encounter decks before each chapter. Green deck is mostly used in the wilds and contains natural threats, wild animals, and legendary beasts. Many of them give food. Gray deck contains dangers related to the world of man. Many of them give items or wealth. Purple deck contains supernatural threats. Blue deck is where you find non-combat challenges that may happen every time you visit a settlement. Each of these decks will contain only a single card. 7 starting locations card. Find a deck of oversized cards in the box. We're taking 101 through 107. Okay, that's gonna be these. 101. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, done. Set them aside. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. See, look at that. See, that just shuffled it. Just shuffled it. Didn't like that. Didn't like that shit. See what I'm saying? It's just... What the... This isn't rocket science. I'm spending way too much time here. Wasting all our time. 104, right? Then this is 107, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I feel like TTS didn't always mess that up with that, so I don't know. It's gotten worse. Set up your starting location. Place Connacht Farmhold in front of you above the character tray, map side up. This is your home. Okay, I assume on this map, this is your home. Place your character model here. All right, I can do that. And then place the men here on the location card. Put a dial so the numbers 8 is at the front. Right. And if I wanted a men here, this is a men here. And the number is 8. Whenever you reveal a new location, make sure to familiarize yourself with the action on its front. For example, Connacht allows you to earn some reputation once per day. Men here means a men here may be enabled and placed on the card. Settlement means this area is inhabited. Dreams mean that spending a night here reveals either a dream or a nightmare. Okay. It's time to expand your map. In a standard game, whenever you travel to a new location, you'll attach new location cards to its sides, matching their keys to keys on the edge of your location. You will only be able to attach locations that are adjacent to a location with an active men here. Okay. Alright, so 102 goes here. Yeah, that lines up. 103, yep. 104, yep. 105, look at that. Okay, set 3 different oversized help cards in front of you. They list available actions, turn order, explain icons, and contain other useful information. Double check your setup. Looks good to me. That's it. Okay, good. Part 1, start of the day. It's now dawn. Bayor is ready to start his journey. Perform your first start of the day routine following the order listed on the green help card. Let's find said card, shall we? No. Here you go, order of the day. Start of the day, remove expired menhirs and discard locations that are out of the menhir range. The only menhir on the map has a dial, it's not expired, and all revealed locations are adjacent to this menhir, so we don't discard them. Now reduce the menhir dial by 1. Okay. So this goes down to 7. In a standard game, you would now reveal an event card, but this tutorial has its own event card printed below. Quest. Speak with Connacht's blacksmith, Urfir. Hint, to meet Urfir, you have to explore the Connacht Farmhold location. There are no guardians to move, and you don't have any items, so you may skip the remaining start of day steps. Yes, okay. Part 2, First Exploration. After start of the day, characters may perform actions. Each action in Tainted Grail is marked with a special icon that also shows its cost. As his first action, Bayor should visit Airfear. To do so, explore the Connacht Farmhold location. To initiate this action, pay 1 move. Move the marker on your energy track 1 slot lower. In a standard game, exploration would direct you to text on the other side of the location card, but this tutorial won't spoil any stories from the campaign. Instead, go to the tutorial exploration journal printed on the last page of the exploration journal book. There, find the appropriate section and start reading. Okay. Okay, so exploring is an action we can take. There you go. To flip your location card. But right, we're not doing that. So yeah, that costs 1 energy apparently. So this goes down to 5. Makes sense to me. Energy, yep. Oh, I see, and this is an interesting thing. So his health is at 9, and because of this T-shaped thing, it shows you like what your max energy and terror is. Although, I mean, obviously you don't need this. It just could be, yeah, you can't have, well, no, but then you can't have terror higher than your health. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't know, maybe it has more significance. But anyways, we spent the energy, so now we're gonna go to the book, the last page. Problem with this is that, wait a minute. No. The last page of, not this. The last page of the tutorial, the exploration journal book. Oh, this. This is a whole other book. Okay. Yep. A deep feeling of loss pervades Connacht, from dilapidated farms to the sunken eyes of those who remain in town. The men here in the market is nearly extinguished. Still, this place is the only home you ever knew. Okay. Below are 2 options redirecting you to different verses, paragraphs. Each has a requirement. The first time you come here, you're only able to choose the first option because the second one requires a specific part of a status story trigger marked on your tutorial save sheet. If you're here for the second time, you should already have part 2 of the required status. So we can either speak with the master, only if you don't have any part of the surprising errand status. So we go to verse 1. Or we could complete our mission, which would require part 2. Okay, yes, so obviously. Verse 1 then. Urfir is up earlier than usual. As you enter, he hides a large pack behind a curtain and turns to you with a wide smile. You here, lad? Good. Hope you're ready to stretch your legs a bit. I hear a star fell near Whitening, and a local tanner picked it up. It's a solid ingot, large as your dingy head. I'd rather not have it fall into the hands of some other smith. You nod. Falling stars are a bad omen for most simple folk, but they always excite blacksmiths and armorers. After all, the legendary Excalibur was forged from one of these cold shards of distant skies. Soon you depart, walking down the sloping fields toward the mist-covered forest, with some rations, your trusty hammer, and a purse of silver Urfir gave you. Before stepping into the shadow of the trees, you take one last look back at the ancient statue towering above shacks and houses. How much longer can this tired old thing protect Connacht? Gain part 1 of the surprising errand status, gain 1 wealth, exploration ends. You've gained your first story-related status. Mark it on your tutorial save sheet or write it down on a piece of paper. Bayor also gains 1 wealth. Take 1 universal marker and place it in the wealth slot. Okay. So we gain another wealth. But this isn't a track. This should go up automatically if it was well scripted. But it's not, so that's annoying. Okay, and then our tutorial save sheet. I assume we just write this in our player notes. Because where else would I write it? So, yes. Surprising errand. Status, part 1. Okay. Okay, is this not... This isn't actual text? You can't write... Are you serious? You didn't put actual text slots in? You expect me to go and push the text button? That doesn't even work. It doesn't even work. No. I mean, obviously I can remember. But, wow, this is, not the greatest mod we've played. Which is fine. I mean, people obviously put plenty of work as it is into it. But yeah, there's definitely room for improvement here. I'm surprised these note cards don't have automatic text sections. You know, like, wouldn't that make sense? Because you can just go... you can make that, yeah, note card. Oh, in the description you can put text. Right. So I could just go surprising errand part 1. There you go. Alright, it's not ideal, but it works. Okay. Part 3, first travel. Your exploration is now finished. You have a new task. It's time to start moving Bayor towards his destination, the cursed farmhold known as the Whitening. As you know from the exploration journal, the Whitening is northeast of your village. To plan the journey, let's study all revealed locations. To the east is the Charred Conclave, a dangerous place that will trigger an automatic encounter as soon as Bayor enters it. The rule marked with the lightning icon. Yeah, draw a gray encounter when you enter this location, once per day. Some cool little art there, though. Okay. To the north is Hunter's Grove, a place where Bayor can gather some food. This looks better, doesn't it? Yes, I suppose it does. Perform the travel action. Pay 1 energy and move Bayor to Hunter's Grove. As you arrive there, check if there are any locations connected to the Hunter's Grove that you could reveal. You may reveal any locations that are connected to your current locations with direction keys in range of an active menhir. That are adjacent either straight, so either orthogonally or diagonally. Okay, so every menhir can support 9 different locations. Alright, we'll spend the energy. Going down to 4. We move to Hunter's Grove. And we reveal 106 and 107. There's Whitening right there. Okay. Yeah, yep. Do not attach location 113 to the top, as it would be too far from your only menhir. Alright, part 4, first location action. Bayor's new location has an action, gather food. Food is an important resource that you consume at the end of each day. That's true. That's true in real life. So gathering more won't hurt. To activate the location action, pay its cost, 2 energy. Bayor gains 2 food. The action also asks you to draw 1 green encounter. Alright, so we spend 2 energy, because that's what it says on the card as the action. Gain 2 food, draw a green encounter. So now we're down to 2 energy. I get 2 more. Okay. I thought maybe giving the plus would auto put it in the cubes, but that's not the case either. It's a bummer. Alright. We're loaded with food, I guess. And we get to draw a green encounter. Mist-shaped vermin. Mist-shaped. Counter value, you need that many red cubes to win. Attribute keys. Place the first card you play here. Combat pool, put every gained cube here. Can't call yourself a true adventurer until you've killed one. Number of cubes determines the enemy's attack. Opportunity, run away, loot, 1 food. Alright, explain all this shit. Read the encounter card carefully. To win, you need to gather a number of markers in the combat pool equal to or higher than the encounter value. To gain these markers, you play combat cards from your hand. Prepare 2 help cards. One with the combat overview and one with the combat and diplomacy icons. Yeah. Draw 3 cards from your combat deck. Remember not to shuffle your deck in this tutorial. If you did tamper with the deck, you may recreate it by sorting bear from 1 to 15. Okay. So, 1. That certainly doesn't look like 1. That's 2. Okay. There we go. I think we're good. So we drew 3. Okay. Right. You don't have to check the encounter's trait, it has none, and you don't need to pick an active character, you're alone. You can also ignore the delayed abilities. There aren't any abilities in play yet. Time to fight. Play the attack card, attach it to the right edge of the encounter card as seen above. This causes both halves of the key and the bottom golden key to join. Sure, if you say so. Right. Golden, yeah, okay. What does that mean? You may only connect keys with an attribute icon if you have this attribute. Bayor has 2, I don't know, like wolf or something. Like a wolf creature. I think it's aggression. It's the aggression icon. Okay. Bayor has 2 aggression on his character trait, so the aggression key connects and grants you its bonus. Place 1 red cube in your combat pool. The golden bottom key always connects and has no requirements. Place 1 more cube in your combat pool. 1 and a 2. Now let's check the text of the attack card. It has 2 abilities. The first ability causes all enemy attacks to deal 1 more damage, I assume. The second ability instructs you to place a hourglass on the attack card. The ability itself will be resolved during the next delayed ability step unless you cover it up with another card first. So this is the enemy symbol. They do +1 damage. And as a timer, we draw another card. So that would be this symbol, yeah. Okay. Each turn you may play only 1 card, plus as many additional cards you can connect using their lightning bonus icons. This means any further cards you play this turn would require you to connect the lightning bonus. Play Ignore Pain. It contains a lightning that connects to the Boar key on the previous card. Before placing this card, remove the timer from attack. Delayed abilities won't trigger if you cover them up. And you should never place cards on top of tokens or markers. Okay, fair enough. Ignore Pain. So we play this. Ah, I see. That's why they have icons on the left and right. Okay, so this... This just... No, I'm not really sure what that means. Okay, well, let's learn then. Ignore Pain has 2 other keys. The blue magic key requires 1 magic to be connected. You do not have any magic at the moment, so you can't connect it. Right, no, that makes sense. The free key contains a health bonus icon, so draw one card. Okay, I'll do that. Ignore Pain also contains a text ability. Just like attacks ability triggers during the enemy attack step. You have 2 cards left in your hand, but let's not cover the Ignore Pain card for now. Proceed to the next phase. Okay. Oh, here we go. Delayed ability, play cards, enemy attack. Oh, wait. Any number of additional combat cards. Each additional card needs to connect with the lightning bonus icon. Oh, okay. So this one had 2. So if I had this boar symbol, or if I had magic going, either one would work. And it's basically the whole point of that. The whole point of the lightning bolt symbol is you need to have that connect in order to play this as an additional card. And the additional card lets us draw a card, and we gain the text here. Then you do the victory check, where we would count the cubes over here, and if it's equal or higher than 4, we win. Okay. If you didn't play any cards, resolve the opportunity attack listed on the encounter card, then draw a card. So his opportunity is to run away. So if we didn't play any cards in a round, he would run away. Okay, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure not every enemy will run away. Then we would do the enemy attack. And the enemy does an attack based on how many cubes are in the pile. So if there's 0 to 2, he does a damage to you. If there's 3, you lose one of your cubes. And obviously if there's more than 3, you already won. He's dead. So you could just win before he gets a chance to do anything. It's time for the enemy attack. In Tainted Grail, each enemy has many different moves depending on the value of the combat pool. Beor currently has 2 markers in the pool, so it deals 1 damage. Move his health track 1 slot down. Okay. So health goes down to 8, because he takes a damage. But with Ignore Pain, gain 1 red cube for every point of damage received. So now we're at 3. Okay. During the end of turn, you must discard until you have 3 cards in your hand. You only have 2, so this doesn't apply. Now draw 1 card. So you dump down to 3, then you draw 1. That's kind of unique. You draw over your limit. Like, on purpose. Okay. So we'll draw another one. Okay, that's good, that's good. Second combat turn. You could finish this battle quickly by playing Powerful Blow, but that would mean losing energy as stated on the card. Alright, so that symbol means when you play it, you lose an energy. Oh, do we... Oh, so you just keep stacking to the right. Interesting. So if we just left this as it is... Oh, but he does his opportunity if you don't play anything. Because it's like, otherwise you could just have Ignore Pain sit there and gain cubes for free for damage. But obviously that's not smart and he'll run away. So, but yeah, this continues to stack as the battle goes on. So Powerful Blow, if we did play that, that would line up this symbol, like right here, this would line up. And this would only work, you could only connect this and have it be valid if you have 2 points in aggression, which Beor does. So Beor can benefit from Powerful Blow like that. And also some other card would only come into effect if you had 2 courage, which he doesn't. And then the magic symbol's always there. And if we play this, the gold one always connects. So you'd get another red cube. So this would be 3 red cubes for playing Powerful Blow. And then you put a timer. So at the start of the next turn, you'd gain another 2 cubes. So that's pretty nuts. But it does cost an energy. So instead we're going to be playing Battle Cry. Okay. This is an interesting card to play because... Okay, so this has this symbol, which means you could play it as an extra card. Because normally you can only play 1. But we don't have the 2 courage symbols, so we couldn't actually benefit from that extra card symbol anyways. This just lets us draw a card, and then on the enemy's turn we would prevent 1 damage. As long as this is face up. Because you're continuing to cover up past cards. Okay, so we played Battle Cry just to basically get another card draw. Hold guard. You've now drawn the perfect card to end this encounter. Play the throw card. Okay, I definitely did not draw the right card. I drew the 7th card. Shit. Let's keep these in order here. And where the fuck did I put that? There it is, 6. Okay, but now I done goofed. So 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, throw. Yes, here we go. So we can play this because the lightning bolt symbol lines up, so it activates. We can play it as an extra card. This shit doesn't line up to anything, so we don't get that. But we do get the automatic, the golden one, so we always get that, and that gives us a cube. Flip over 1 weapon or shield you're using to gain 2 red cubes. Then it's okay, because you're throwing your weapon or shield. I get it. Alright, so after you play an additional card, you perform the victory check. We do have 4 cubes. That's the number we need. So it's a success. Bayor is 1. The loot is 1 food. So we get to place a cube in his pile there. Got 6 now. Okay. Put the defeated encounter card at the bottom of its deck. We just place it face down. Blah, blah, blah. Now we shuffle the deck, because now we know how to play. If you want to, you may play this encounter again, ignoring any damage or energy losses. Kind of want to. Seems that was kind of cool. Let's give it a shot. Okay. So I can already see that I don't have any extra card symbol. So we can play Grapple. That gives us a red cube and an extra card. And then we still don't have interesting. We still have the lightning bolt symbol, so I can't actually play anything else. This says, if you receive any damage on the next turn, discard the last card from the sequence, which would be this. It does have the timer symbol on it, but since it's going to get discarded, we wouldn't actually, because that would be insane, gaining 3 red cubes after a turn. But you have to go the turn without taking any damage, which sounds kind of tricky. So then in that case, it would go to hers turn. I would take a damage then. This would get discarded. We dump down to 3, which I have, and then we draw another card. This says toss a dial. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Skull. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. We don't have dials, do we? We have, because instead of dials, they just have this little mechanism here. There'd be a way for you to toss your dial. Also, I should be fighting over on this nice board. Rule book. Is this the rule? This is not the rule book. This isn't a rule book. This is definitely not the rule book. This is not the rule. Where is the rule book? Damn it. You hiding a rule book in here? You are hiding a rule book. Why are you doing that? Don't hide the rule book. That's useful. Rule books are good. Combat. 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 Yeah, I get all that. What is toss a dial? I'm not prepared for this, this concept of dial tossing. Alternative. There's no dial or any. How are you not gonna have a rule for tossing dials? How can you mention this and not explain it? Basic rules? I mean, I would just use a D6 if I knew. I guess it's flipping a coin essentially. That's the dials seem to be. It's just yeah, it's just a double-sided thing. One side has a skull, the other side has a grail. So that's what you're doing here. Is you're flipping a coin. So if that's all we're doing, you can just go in here and get a coin, a quarter, and there you have it. And then you just do that. Except it went heads 4 times in a row. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Maybe do it, roll it like a die. Damn it, heads again. Heads again! Heads again! What the fuck? Okay. This sucks, because of course it would make sense for Skull to be heads and the tails to be the Grail. So I'm concerned. But just think, if we do this right, we win. Yeah, so we would play that. That would give us 2 cubes right away. It would also give us another card. And then we toss the dial. If it's heads, we take +2 damage on the enemy's attack. If it's a Grail, we gain 2 damage. So let's flip. Fuck. So now we take 2 extra damage. But if I play this, I can cover it up. Right? And then it's no longer applicable? Is that what I'm understanding the rules to be? That's sort of what I'm understanding the rule. I mean, it's not there. It's like it doesn't exist, right? Escaping, kind of run away. Starting combat. Yeah, okay. Ability. Only abilities that are visible and are not covered are considered active. Passive cards are never covered. Oh, okay. To facilitate that, their keys are on the opposite. Okay, yeah. So that's true. So that's kind of interesting then, because with that card, if you get heads, you can always try and just cover it up. Whereas if you get tails, you gain the +2 no matter what. I mean, that doesn't go away. So then I can just play that, which doesn't really give us anything, and I can't play another card. Because I don't have magic, so I can't play that, nor would it really do anything. So then on his turn, he attacks, and his attack for 3 cubes is to lose a cube, so I go back to 2. So at this point, I'd probably say fuck it and just do the powerful blow. Oh, no, I can do this. That lines up. Oh, no, because I don't have 2 practicality. I only have 1 practicality, so that won't activate. So that wouldn't work. That would only give me 1 cube. Oh, and I was supposed to draw. Okay. So then I could do this. And that would give me 1 cube. But not... Wait a minute. What? Oh, yeah. Am I an idiot? I'm an idiot. I was putting it here, wasn't I? Goes here, so I do get 2 cubes, and it's over. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, that's kind of an interesting combat system, I gotta say. I like that. Okay, and then this just goes here. Alright, continuing on then, we won. Ending the day. Beor is wounded and has only 2 energy left. If you look at the energy track, slots marked as 1 and 0 are red and have the exhausted sign. For now, you don't want Beor to become exhausted, so you should rest. Make a pass action, this will end your in-game day. Discard 1 food. Beor gains 1 health. He doesn't lose any terrors, his terror is already at 0. Okay, so food gone. Oh, what? Actually, just set it at 0. We've got cubes. That's how you do it in the real life, so that's how we'll do it. So you gain a health. Okay. Okay, you restore your energy to full. Okay. If you're exhausted, you restore 4 instead. So if I was here, I'd only go up to 5. Whereas I'm here, so I go to 6. I assume that's full? Yep, back to 6 is full. We don't have any bonus. You don't have any XP, you can't advance your character. You're in a location with a dream symbol. So in a normal game, you would now open the exploration journal and look for the dream. In this tutorial, read the dream from the tutorial journal instead. 102 Hunter's Grove. Alright. As you walk into the shadow of the Hunter's Grove, your heart beats faster and your wound burns. You died not far from here 2 weeks ago, though it took some time for you to realize that. You try hard not to think about those events, humming your favorite tune to chase away the memories. In your dream, you return to the dark ravine, deep in the grove. Like many others, you search for a little girl who went missing in Connacht. Instead, you find a mass of what look like tangled black snakes crawling across the moss-covered stone. The mass rises on countless black legs and rushes at you. For a split second, you see the horrific truth. What charges is a malformed, overgrown, beating heart on countless legs of blackened veins and arteries. It opens its circular maw, full of lamprey-like teeth. Next moment, it's on top of you, ripping into your side and trying desperately to push itself into your chest. With all your strength, you pull it away from the wound, throw it to the ground, hold it in place with your boot, and crush it with a swing from your hammer. Then you wake up, alone in the forest, shivering. The wound burns again. You asked the village priestess and herbalist. She tried many remedies and quaffed foul-smelling mixtures. Still, the wound festers, turning black. You try to fall asleep, but your mind dwells on what fate awaits you, and whether a thing like that one that killed you will emerge from your chest once you die. Lose an energy, gain a terror. Yep. Okay. Whenever a character's terror is in the red zone of the terror track, sleeping in that location causes nightmares instead. Alright, so we tick down to 5, this goes up to 1. If you get too much terror, you go insane. Very interesting. Alright. Alright, new day. Before the start of the day, just like before, reduce the men here dial, and we would do an event. So that's at 6. Tired and in pain, you start the final leg of your journey. Entering the Whitening. Travel right to location 107, pay 1 energy. Bringing us down to 4. We move here to the Whitening. So as soon as we enter, we're going to be drawing a blue encounter card. No new locations are revealed. This would be too far from the men here. Yep, draw a blue encounter. This is a diplomatic challenge. A very inquisitive guard stops you as you enter the location. Okay, blue. Suspicious guard. Okay. Put a marker here. That seems like an awfully small spot. That's not gonna work, man. Hold on. Diplomatic encounters are similar to combat encounters. The main difference is that instead of gathering points in the combat pool, you will engage in a tug-of-war on the affinity track, visible on the left side. Diplomatic encounters also don't have a combat table. Instead, they may have multiple stages. To win, you need to push the marker to the top of the affinity track in each stage. Fortunately, this one only has 1 stage. Place a marker on the gray slot of the affinity track. It is the starting point. Okay, I don't know what they're using as a marker. It doesn't look like they're using a red cube. But I don't know what else you would use. Oh, these are tiny red cubes. Oh, okay, so let's go here. Let's use the tiny red cube. Yeah, now that's appropriate. See, that's appropriate size. Okay. Okay. Draw 3 cards from our diplomacy deck. A 1, a 2, a 3, yeah. Okay, makes sense. So it's a very similar system, but different cards. Play the Eye for Detail card. Only 1 key connects. It has the diplomacy symbol. Depends on the encounter card in the stage, the encounter. In this stage, every diplomacy symbol yields 1 up arrow. So it means you move the marker 1 slot up. Okay. See that? Right, so again, we have the 3 different things here. We have empathy, caution, and spirituality. So Bayor is not very diplomatic. He only has 1 point in caution, which is that middle one there. I don't know what that's meant to be. A squirrel? Some sort of squirrel? Or lemur? But anyways, yes. So that gives us one of those, which as we can see here, does an up. So that goes here. Right, that's good, that's good. Also, we have a timer to draw 1 card. So we can put that there. It's time for the affinity check. The marker's not on the highest or lowest slot, so nothing happens. Then the opponent responds by moving the marker 1 slot down. The turn ends, we discard down to 3, then draw 1. So, yeah, this goes down. Discard down to 3, draw 1. Misdirection, okay. Second turn. New turn begins. Bayor has something to take care of in the delayed ability step. Remove the marker and then activate it, so that will draw us another card. Simple as that. Threatening voice. Yes. Yes. Play Misdirection as your first card. Okay, Misdirection is our first card, so let's see here. Ooh, look at all those symbols. Okay, so we get up arrow, and I think this means ×2. Bottom connects with a 2 times multiplier, granting you 2 increases. Oh, man. It's beautiful. There you have it. Then play Threatening Voice as your second card. Alright, let's take a look here. Yep, so the bottom line's up, so we can play it as an extra. We don't have any magic, so that doesn't work. When you play this, you lose a rep. If you have at least 2 aggression, you go up. Text of this card instructs you to lose 1 rep, but you don't have any, so nothing happens. If the character has at least 2 aggression, and Bayor has, move the marker 1 slot up on the affinity track, which puts it on top. Perform the affinity check. The marker's now in the highest slot. This is the last and only stage, which means Bayor wins and earns the reward. Place 1 marker in the reputation slot of his character tray, because that's what it says there. Reward 1 rep, failure, lose 1 rep. There you have it. We got a rep. Put the encounter card at the bottom. Return all cards. Okay, and we can... I don't think we need to play it again. I think we got it. It's very similar to combat, and it's pretty cool. I like that. And obviously Bayor is not cut out for too much diplomacy, but he can handle it. Alright, entering the Whitening. In part 1 of this tutorial, Aether asked Bayor to bring him a meteorite ingot from the Whitening, so it's time to explore this location. Pay 1 energy, and then instead of flipping, go to the journal. So we will pay another energy. Here we have it. The hole is here, as always, gaping at the heart of Whitening. The white lichen that gave this town its new name seems to grow out of it. It covers the walls of the nearby halls with a thick coat. Only close up one can discover it is in fact a layer of small sparkling crystals, like sea salt on the wooden posts of a pier. As you inspect it, several people watch you suspiciously. You shrug your arms to show them you're not interested in their secrets. Go to verse 7. There's no love lost between Connacht and the Whitening. You shouldn't stay here too long. We can go to the village tanner, or we can ask the Whiteners about their men here. Yeah, I can already see, like, the result of going to 5. So let's go ahead and go to 5. Your questions spur no kindness, so instead of relying on them, you approach the guardian men here to see it for yourself. It looks like the one in your town, but something is off. The sensation you experienced around Connacht's monument, an indescribable feeling that the world is suddenly more in focus, is gone. So the rumors were true. Whitening's men here is now a dead piece of stone. We gain a terror and an XP. So our terror goes up to 2. We get a cube and XP, I assume. Then we go back to 7 to make another choice. Now, I gotta say, they could have been a bit clearer in this phrasing. Because it doesn't say go to verse 7 and choose the other option, or make a different choice. It says go to verse 7 and make another choice, which means that I could choose asking Whiteners about their men here again to go back to 5. And I could do that again and again until I'm sufficiently satisfied with my terror and my XP. And I don't think that's their intention there with that phrasing. I won't do it, but that's something to note, because there are some people that are being like, well, it doesn't say I can't do this. Alright, visit the village tanner. You ask around about the tanner Urfir wanted you to find, and draw some strange looks. Finally, someone tells you this man moved out several months ago. Angry and confused, you reach the tannery, only to find the building abandoned and covered in cobwebs. What's going on? Was this a cruel joke? Gain a terror, gain part 2 of the surprising errand status. Okay, that's it. So our terror now is at 3. We're getting pretty spooked. And this then becomes part 2. Alright. You have to go back to Connacht fast. Travel to Hunter's Grove as before. Perform a travel action, paying 1 energy and moving to location 102. Right, so this goes to 2. We can't move diagonally, so we do that. Bayor has only 2 energy left, just like the day before. But this time, Bayor wants to travel as fast as possible, even at the cost of exerting himself. Perform another travel, pay 1 energy more, and move to location 101. So yeah, now we going down into the exhausted section. So then when we rest, we would only heal 4 instead of full. But that gets us back to Connacht. Bayor is now back in his hometown, exhausted. Take a look at his negative traits listed on his character tile. Festering wound. Lose 1 health every time you become exhausted. There you have it. Okay. Tired and in pain, Bayor is ready to conclude his journey. Pay 1 energy to explore Connacht. Okay, and so then we go... Now we're down to 0 energy. You enter Connacht exhausted and in pain, yet even in this condition you quickly realize something happened in your absence. Many sad-eyed townsfolk walk the streets or argue in small groups. Startled, you look towards the men here, but it seems fine, surrounded by ribbons flapping in the wind. There's no weirdness in Connacht. So what could draw all these people out of their houses? As you approach the forge, you almost stumble upon the boy who usually delivered Urfir's messages. They're gone, the boy tells you. They left at the break of day. Urfir wants you to take care of his workshop. You stumble into the building only to find it empty, save for a note lying on the workbench, held securely in place by a heavy ingot of star iron. 3 times you attempt to read the parchment, your eyes watering from helpless rage. It says Urfir left Connacht without you, traveling with Lord Yvain, Fail, Aubert, and Niant. They head for Camelot, where they hope to find hope for your town. You were deemed too weak for this journey. Not good enough. As silent rage grows within you, gone are the exhaustion and the pain. You leave the forge and look to the east. Somewhere there, behind rolling mists, clouds of weirdness, and dangerous trails, the Connacht champions journey on. You're sure you will find them. Each party member gains 1 terror. Find Urfir's letter in the game box will help prepare you for the first chapter of the Fall of Avalon campaign. Good luck in the bleak world of Tainted Grail. Oh, look at this. We have this whole quest status marker. Yeah, look at that. So that doesn't have, that doesn't have the tutorial one, but now we can just use this. Yeah, it's much easier. Okay. Okay, and that's it. Why did they include these other 2? These are all identical. Why did they I guess just to show you that there's 4 different types. Seems like kind of a waste of card stock. But okay. All right. So now we're set. So now we can start playing the real game. And then there's a letter apparently that we can read from Urfir. Bayor starting letter. Oh, each character has their own starting letter. Okay, yada 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 yada. Okay, that's fine. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's just like... just looking over all the startup to see how each, like, campaign starts. And what differentiates, like, a campaign. Starting location for Fall of Avalon is 101. Other campaigns use 201, 301, 401. Oh. Okay. These are all 100 cards, up to 199. Yeah, Besieged Camelot and all that. So then... so the whole thing is one campaign, the Fall of Avalon. And then there's other campaigns. Red Death, Age of Legends, Last Night. C. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out like what differentiates like each playthrough of the Fall of Avalon. I mean, there is obviously some randomization involved. Okay. So, yeah, well, I'm very intrigued. Can't really form much of an opinion yet, but we're going to do more than just the tutorial. We're going to start this campaign next time and see how it goes, see how we fare. We will continue to play as Bayor, I guess. I mean, we didn't even get into, like, crafting. This tutorial just did only the basic rules. Islay is much better at diplomacy. She's got 2 in empathy. She can make healing herbs. I have, he has magic. So he's got magical abilities. So that's something different. can also forage for food. And then Maggot definitely has a lot of magic. He's a recovering addict. Interesting stuff. He's got 2 in spirituality. I see. Yeah, alright, so we'll start up the proper campaign next time and see how that goes. I'm definitely very intrigued. Especially by that kind of, the combat system seems pretty unique. But, alright, yeah. My name is Mangg. Game you're watching has been Tainted Grail. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.